this is Jezy, and thank you for joining me for another Sims 4 speed build. Today we're working on a lot in Windenburg called Mid-Nowhere. It's a 20 by 20 lot, and I'm going to be building a tiny coastal cabin. Now this is a 5 by 8 cabin with a little bit of a bathroom off the side and a wraparound porch. And the theme of this one is a coastal cabin. So it's something that you are likely to see on the Gulf Coast or in North or South Carolina if you've ever been there. These houses are typically small, they're coastal, they're painted bright colors, and they're often up on stilts, which is something that we don't get in The Sims 4 yet. Maybe someday, something I can hold out for. But building is something that I do before bed, or I watch someone else's build video. I play The Sims. I've played Sims since Sims 1, excuse me. But for The Sims 4, as far as it goes, I don't play that often, but I do build. And I love to build. It's like solving a puzzle for me, and it's something that I really enjoy. So with this build, it is a smaller one, and the story I think behind it is that it is one of those older coastal cabins that was maybe bought and renovated. So the downstairs is going to be more modern windows. It's going to have a fully renovated kitchen. And then the upstairs, as you can see right now, I have some more modern windows, but I couldn't find ones that really looked great with the roof line. So we ended up going with a more classic, kind of beachy window. So you'll see that when we get to it and change it all over. And I also change all the windows from black over to white. But this was a really fun build to do. This is a very small, kind of compact home that would be perfect for two Sims, one or two Sims, but really the lot is beautiful. If you've never built on this lot before, as I mentioned, it's a 2020 lot in Windenburg. It's called the Mid-Nowhere lot. It is the only empty lot on the island, and it just has beautiful views. You'll see at the end in the screenshots, the sunsets are gorgeous. You get those very beautiful mountains in the background. It's just very nice and very pretty. So this is a very fun build for me. I do use custom content in this build. And I know a lot of YouTubers don't like to use custom content. They really like the look of the Maxis. However, not all of us can afford all of the expansion packs. Not all of us can afford all the stuff packs. So I love custom content. I think that custom content is a great way to expand your game without breaking the budget. And there are so many great content creators out there. A lot of them have Patreon, so of course support them. But typically you can find a lot online for free. It's donation based. So if you don't have money to buy, all the cabinets you want, all the floorings, there's a lot of really great recolors of existing Maxis items, so you don't really have to worry about those not matching with your game. Or you could also download completely original content as well, and that's very easy to do. There's plenty of videos on YouTube that can show you how to do that if you're not familiar with custom content. But the kitchen is all base game from The Sims 4. I think I use the couches, definitely, as you can see right here, this is one of the pieces right here, the couch, the chair, just little pops of color, a little more modern. I couldn't fit a full-size sofa in here, so we went with the love seat. I do use also a custom coffee table as well. That is a sideboard from the detective career. Get a little TV in there. Tripod. Yeah, I really love this build because it's a little bit of old and a little bit of new. I use the paneled walls because I feel like those would have been original to the original cabin right here on the water, but they maybe did a full renovation. So new windows, new kitchen, new flooring. It's very light, it's very bright, it's a little beachy, but still has that nice, like, modern, clean feel to it, which is really what I like. I would love to live in this little cabin or even rent it for a weekend, get away with your dog, with your significant other. I think this would just be really fun. These are a few other custom paintings going on the walls as well. These are so fun. They're just a little bit of blue add to the room because I think it reflects the kind of coastal beachy vibe of this. Lots of plants. I love that little hanging, I don't know what you'd call it, but those little hanging globes, those little orbs with plant life in them. The greenery is so nice. That little plant that you kind of see off to the side next to the TV is my favorite plant. That is a custom plant. I will try and link to that in the description. I use that in almost every single build. We don't have a lot of those flowing plants, and that is one that I just absolutely love. I put it on shelves, I put it on counters, I put it on everything, and I just really adore it. I also love those blue glass subway tiles that are stacked one over the other. I think that's just really unique, and again, just feels very modern, very clean. Most of my custom content, really everything you see here, is from Peacemaker. If you go to Pieces Tumblr, you can find, I really think their content is as close to Maxis in kind of the look and the feel of it. A lot of custom content can look a little rough or can look a little pixely, and I think Peacemaker does a really, really beautiful job of just making it look similar to the game. And this is maybe my favorite thing about their custom content is how they do their beds. I think that Maxis should have done this a long time ago, but the bed frames and the bedding is separate, which is amazing. So you can, I just used white in this one, but you can change that bed cover. It has a whole bunch of different really beautiful swatches, and then you pick separately the bed frame. And the bed frames can be wood or they can be colored, kind of whichever way you want to go for it. So the idea for this cabin is that the upstairs is a loft. So we have a loft bedroom, we have a little office area right by the window, which I think is really nice. You can look out at the trees. We put a little bookshelf in here soon. And then we also, in the corner, shortly you'll see go in a little painting area as well that faces out those triple, or I guess double windows towards the ocean, which I think is very, very pretty. Another little bathroom up here, just a shower, 3-piece, a shower, a sink, and a toilet. And again, as I mentioned, the windows upstairs are original to the home, is what I'm thinking. Is you see they're a little bit more worn, a little more beachy. I believe those are from Cats and Dogs. Don't quote me on that. I did forget to change that door. It still has a black frame. It should have a white frame. And that little lamp is clipping through the wall. I'm noticing my mistakes here and there now that I'm looking at it. Just adding a little bit more lighting and a few more paintings, and then we're just about to go outside and finish up with some landscaping. I love those lights. The little picture lights that you unlock, I believe, in the painter career. Nice. And then we're outside. As you can see too, I didn't mention before, but you probably noticed I use those corbels, which are from Cats and Dogs, along the top, which really give it that coastal kind of Carolinas vibe to it. And then I did a little bit of terrain painting, which right now looks like garbage, but we'll blend it a little bit better later. And I went for a tropical theme. I know that Windenburg doesn't have much of a tropical vibe to it, but I also wanted this house to be playable. I think it would look good in Oasis Springs. I think it would look good in the Del Sol Valley expansion pack if you have that. Yeah, I just think it's a really nice beachy home that could really go in any of the worlds ultimately. This one is really nice, and I just love that color. I don't use those boards quite enough. I believe those ones are from the Spa Day pack, I want to say, but they're just such a pretty teal color. So we're just doing a little bit of terrain painting. I couldn't decide on the decking. Originally, I wanted to go with wooden floorboards, but I think we end up with a slate. Yes, I love that slate tile. I think that's so pretty. It's so nice. And then we go in and we do a little bit of lighting as well. I really couldn't decide on the plants outside. I do a little combination of, planters, but I think I just end up with that one in the front, keeping it a little more simple. Yeah, I get rid of that second one. And I think I get a more modern mailbox as well. But this is just a really pretty home. I mean, you could even place it in Granite Falls. I think this would fit in really nicely in Salva Dorada if you were going to use the Jungle Adventures pack as well. It's a really nice home that I don't think would be too expensive to rent if you had 1 or 2 Sims that you wanted to travel on vacation with. I always make sure my homes look really nice at night as well. That's really important. And just doing a little lighting around the top so it glows fairly nicely. And you can see even how pretty that lot is at night. Yeah, I just love it. I would love to stay here. And then we add as well a little, of course you need a barbecue and a nice little seating area, because I feel like this house is perfectly suited for that indoor-outdoor living that we all want. And here's where you see me just kind of going through the terrain paints and trying to find one that I can blend. And I blend in so that walkway doesn't look so so jarring and different. Just finishing up, and we're going in the screenshots. There we go. Look how pretty with that sunset. How pretty. Here we are at the front steps. And then we move into the front door, which I just love that door. I think that door's so pretty, and those lights as well, and that slate. Oh, there's the kitchen with the really nice hickory floors, also from Cats and Dogs. You can see the ocean when you're cooking. There's your little bathroom on the first floor, come in from the beach and take a little shower. Your loft bedroom upstairs. Paint and look out over the water. Get a little bit of work done. Very nice little getaway for you and your family. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. You can download this on the gallery, and I'll try and include some links as well for custom content. Thank you so much. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. See you next time. Bye.